This episode was brought to you by our generous patrons. Want to vote on the next game we play? Consider becoming a patron. And we are back.
To rip. Not gonna finish it with me? Oh.
Let her rip.
I was gonna say tear, but okay.
I was Beyblade now. What the heck was that? He was like wiggling around it. He's ball dancing.
Alright, I'm gonna let this one rip though. Take out those towers and be really bad at twin stick shooters.
Two hit. 22 seconds, you're good. You got this.
Haha!
Take it easy.
Whoa! Spinning, spanning. This is the level 61, so we are now the...
Should have two more, I think.
Ow!
Gosh. These things reminds me of BattleBots. When I was a little kid, I'm like, I want to build a BattleBot.
You mean Metabots or BattleBots?
No, BattleBots. Like from, God, I think it was on G4 at one point.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was on Spike TV also at one point.
Yeah.
It was the ring where people made their own bots. As a little kid, I was like, those are so cool.
Yeah, no.
And then I'd never be able to build anything like that.
No. I did think that was a cool concept for a show, but I never got into it myself. I did get in. I wish I'd seen all Metabots though. I really liked the art style for that show. Now I thought that cool. Like, you remember the little yellow like beetle robot, and it was an anime, but it had like a goofy style to it, and they were like robots would fight each other.
No, I don't think I ever caught that one.
I think part of the reason why I got into that one is because since I had a younger brother who was about like 5-6 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I would still be into cool new like hip cartoon stuff like Beyblade. Because
did it have a similar style to Beyblade?
Nah, Beyblade had a very generic kind
of. That's what
I
didn't want to say it, but yeah, that's what I was going at.
Beyblade was fun though.
That safe animation style of like, to stop pushing any boundaries, let's stick to the script, as most people can keep costs down because most people can do these models.
It's very much the Disney effect. Like, Japan has its own Disney version of itself too. Like, everyone kind of apes Glenn Keane stuff now.
Okay.
Glenn Keane, for people that don't know, is a Disney animator. He's responsible for animating Ariel and kind of setting this tone of style for basically Disney animation all through the 90s. Like, they pretty much got him to design female characters and male characters like Aladdin, and that's kind of why like so much of that stuff feels similar.
And I don't know if I'm thinking. I was just thinking of like how different a lot of them are, but stylistically, I guess, yeah. Well, I was just looking at like I was thinking about. You said Ariel, and I was like, okay, yeah, Ariel.
Ariel and Jasmine
she's a mermaid.
Kind of have that big eye design, which looked very similar to Rapunzel.
I get that, but then you said female characters, and I thought Ursula. I'm like, that's a very design. Like, that's crazy different.
It's one of like the kind of knock against 3D animation that's been kind of coming out lately. Is most people kind of do that Pixar style, and then no one else really does anything too dramatic with it. You know, you can look at like the stuff that Leica does. Leica has a house style, but Leica has like a very angular kind of going around it.
They've got their stuff.
Anime runs into that same problem.
Not to mention that they completely do all their stuff like way over the top detailed and I mean like in a good way. Obviously, it's a ton of work, but it's like, God, that really. You guys need your stuff to really win, because all that time and work and money and investment and having the right people with the right skills can't be cheap.
No, Leica is one of my favorite studios. They haven't really made a film that I haven't liked.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Coraline. I thought Kubo was amazing.
Yeah, I saw both. I don't find them that engaging.
Really?
But I think the style is incredible. And they're definitely skilled. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about the films I'm like, if I get a chance to see it, I'll see it. But otherwise, I'm like, I could see it, I could not see it.
Kubo's been one of my favorite movies in a long time.
I went and saw Kubo in the theaters because I saw Coraline, and I was like, I need to see one of these like in real, like how it was meant to be seen. You know, not just on my rinky-dink TV.
Yeah.
You know, and when I saw it, I was like, visually fucking impressive. For the story, I'm like, okay, it was different, you know. Still good. It's just like, it's kind of like Miyazaki for me. I'm like, they're great and they're well animated. A little slow for me, and most of them.
You don't really like slow films in general.
No, I do. It's just
the only slow film that I've ever heard you liked was I think you liked Blade Runner 2049, but that was kind of it. Every time like a Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, no, that was good. Yeah, that was different. it's artsy too, you know, so, or at least like cinematically.
Yeah.
I can enjoy them for that, but when it's, I don't know, some Miyazaki's thing kind of is just like, it seems like some of the scenes are just scenes for scenes without a whole lot of either context behind them
well, part of the
or
reason
necessity
for that
just to show off different things. And I'm like, that's cool, but when a lot of it seems to be that, and it's kind of like, I get the whole, I'm not like bashing on it, I get the reasoning for it, but it seems like, I want something to happen when it's just one scene kind of like shooting in on some people and they're just like playing with water, moving things around. It's like, what did that do with the story? Like, it was just a nice scene animation-wise, and it looked visually good, and they were probably trying a new technique, and that's great. But those types of things, that's how I see some of them where I'm like, it's not really my style.
Typically for most of that stuff, they're trying to do character moments. So it's not supposed to be progressing the plot, but that's usually why they have that stuff. It's not usually them just flexing. Miyazaki usually tends to have a very specific reason. Whether that reason is interesting or not is debatable.
Yeah. Miyazaki's like the easiest one that most people have seen a lot of that I can use as an example.
I'm not a huge Miyazaki fan either. I like his stuff, but the only films that have really hit me hard is Princess Mononoke, Alice Moving Castle, and Porco Rosso. That's pretty much it. Spirited Away is nice. I like that one too, but the rest of them are just kind of fine. I don't really like My Neighbor Totoro that much. I don't think it's bad, but the reasons why people like it's like, oh, it's all just about the journey. I'm like, that's okay, but they don't really seem to learn anything by the end of it. Nothing really seems to have changed based on what they did.
The Borrowers was kind of slow too, in a way. Like, nothing really happened until near the end. Yeah. Kind of did, kind of didn't. Kind of like, obviously you're setting up world and you're doing like world building
good
through,
too. I like Miyazaki, but I just don't have. I'm not the hugest fanboy for his stuff. If you're gonna like talk about stuff I fanboy in animation, I fanboy Samurai Jack more than really anything.
Tartakovsky.
Yeah, Tartakovsky. Specifically Samurai Jack. Like, I love Dexter, but Jack is, I just like Jack's version of storytelling where it's show instead of telling. Show instead of telling and doing tons of exposition.
I don't know how you got that one.
I don't know how you did.
I was like, wait a second. They were behind you. Whoa. Yeah. I still tend to forget that Dexter's was Tartakovsky.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it is, but like, I see it so very different from Samurai Jack. I still haven't seen Primal. That's what his other one was called?
I still didn't watch that one yet. Well, he's done a couple different ones. He made the Hotel Transylvania movies as well.
What?
Yeah. He's been at Sony Pictures for a while.
Wow.
He got to do Samurai Jack as like a side job. He was trying to develop Popeye into a film too. I
heard about that, and then they didn't
pick it up, which is a bummer because the short.
It looked good.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I saw the short. It was hella good. Get 2 more hits in 7 seconds.
But yeah, Dexter's Lab started off. The very first pilot episode is based off his short film as a student at Cal Arts. He actually started off because he didn't go to Cal Arts right away. He went to a Chicago art school when he was a kid because his parents were not refugees, but they were immigrants from Russia, I believe it was. I might be wrong in the exact country where they came from.
Tartakovsky sounds like a Russian last name. 11 seconds.
It might have been Serbia or something, but I'm pretty sure it was Russia.
Okay.
But his parents were immigrants. He came over here. They didn't have a ton of money, so he started off by going first to a local college for animation, and then eventually he transferred and finished off at Cal Arts where he met a bunch of different people.
That's cool.
And yeah, he did his short film Dexter, which eventually got picked up by Cartoon Network because they were looking for like him and I think he started on Stupid Dogs with
Two Stupid Dogs. Yeah,
with Seth MacFarlane and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know Seth did Two Stupid Dogs.
Yeah, he worked on Two Stupid Dogs, I believe, and then he also worked on the original first season of like Johnny Bravo before they did the more angular stylistic change to it.
Yeah.
God, I just killed myself on that one.
Yeah, I think you tend to go a little fast on that specific level.
Yeah, that specific level tends to bump me up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's also just one of these things too. I'm not too precious with this stuff because
you get more chances and
you get more chances and you don't lose any health when you're in there. So it's like, oh no, I lost the hacking game. I'm stunned for a little bit.
You get hurt when you come out, right?
Not really. You don't take too much damage actually.
Well, yeah, it was like an 1/8 of your HP or something like that. At one point in time it was. I don't know now with the new chips.
What's my reward? There we go.
Different hair.
take that.
Where do you go to put the stuff on? Is it just in the menu?
Yeah, I think it's just through that key items menu.
If I win, I am free. I must win. I must. God, poor guy.
I don't want to kill him. He has something on.
Well, none of them have. They're literally being used as fodder.
A rank.
We're looking forward to a true A-rank contest from
All
each
right.
and every one of you.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Kill.
I love the MC.
Kill until your feet slip in pools of your own lubricants. And now, fuck!
It's very like flavorful.
Yeah, I love it.
Colorful commentary
A lot of
from
bravado in that, unlike
Yeah.
Bravo. Because we were talking about old networks and stuff like that.
Yep, I got it.
There was like every now and then Bravo would have like one show from like USA that they had like on repeat. It was like, oh, Bravo's showing God, what was that Miami-based show? Burn Notice.
I
was
watched it.
Oh, I like that show. It's fun. It's
I don't. Is Bravo on normal TV or?
It was cable, yeah, I think.
I don't think I've ever had it or ever watched it.
But back in the day when I lived with my folks and stuff, when we had cable, when people had cable.
Yeah, cable. That's no reason.
Bravo
barely.
occasionally, from what I remember, would show occasional shows from USA because I believe they're a Turner network. So occasionally Bird Notice or White Collar would come on.
Okay.
USA actually makes pretty decent drama shows, actually, in my opinion. Like Suits was good.
A lot better than God, what is the ABC dramas and shit?
Oh yeah. ABC has this weird commercial styling that they've never really gotten away from since way back in the like early 90s. I can't stand it. It feels hokey as hell.
It is, yeah. The left guy, all the way on the left, the red one, he's almost dead. There you go. Perfect. Ooh. Nice, that's one less down. One less you gotta deal with.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I never spent a whole lot of time watching like Disney or ABC.
I'm not a big ABC
I mean, talking
fan.
TV-wise, you know.
Well, when I was a kid, I would always watch Saturday morning cartoons. And I just remember it from back then because I always checked at ABC because they'd have the whole Toy Story commercials. Like, we'll be back, and it'd be like Rex going off and playing a video game or something like that.
I don't think I remember that.
Oh, you don't remember those? Those were fun.
I might not have had access to Disney Channel.
Well, no, it wasn't Disney Channel. It was ABC.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, ABC mornings was a thing. So remember Disney afternoons?
No.
It had like DuckTales.
When I was a kid, I didn't have a whole lot of TV. For a while there, we got rid of it because it was kind of a luxury.
Gotcha.
So it was like, well, they don't need it. If we're gonna have anything, let's have internet.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
and that's already expensive because you're paying by the minute.
Well,
you
this
know.
is when we were like elementary school, so like we didn't even have internet.
Yeah.
At the time, but Disney afternoons.
I think I might have actually. I think I might have because my mom was teledoing stuff. She had a laptop at the time, and it was just green text on a black background. And
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't have the internet, I think, until
I don't know what would be considered because I was so young. I'm like, I'm not aware of what it was, but I do remember talking about emails and stuff back then.
I think AOL, like the first time we started getting AOL was around when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, something like that. And the internet was still, AOL.
Yeah. I think she got it through business or something like that that she was working on. She was doing something for a trucking company. I don't know in what capacity it was, but I do remember her having a laptop that isn't ours, so she must have got it from work to do her job back at the time. And I was like, what's this? And she was showing me how to type and everything. It was cool. Because the only other time I had been exposed to computers is the couple that we had available at school for the whole school system. And you get to have like the old DOS games and everything on it.
Yeah, like Number Munchers? Hell yeah.
I think I remember some of those like what is it we call it?
Educational software?
Educational games. What do they call it? Edutainment games.
Edutainment.
Yeah, educational entertainment stuff.
Oh. One of my favorite educational games back in the day.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite entertainment, I miss Humongous Soft. They made games like Pajama Sam, and Backyard Baseball. And my brother was younger, so I ended up playing most of those games, and I liked Pajama Sam just because I thought it was really cool that everything was animated, and it was like a 2D game, like
Character's
Spy
name
Fox.
was also Sam, so...
Yeah, that's true, too, so I had to. And they were super easy at the time, because, like, I was way older than what they were supposed to.
I remember those games, but not through my own personal enjoyment of them, other than one time I got to play Putt-Putt. Goes somewhere or something or other.
Putt-Putt was like too low on the end, but Pajama Sam was in Spy Fox were just low, like still high enough. I'm like, I can get these puns. I can enjoy this stuff.
Yeah. I don't remember where I was or whose house I was at, but I was like, oh, you got a computer? That's cool. Like, do you have games? And I think one of them was Putt-Putt, and I was like, no, Mike had one of the fish ones. It's like an underwater one with a fish. I think it was like yellow or orange or something. Can't quite remember what it was. I never got to play that one, but
I can't lock on.
Yeah, they got the electric shields. They're blocking you.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I not able to lock on?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about them having the kind of pulse around them and the EMP things.
Yeah, I remember that. I just didn't know it stopped hacking. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
Well, I don't think we found out that it stopped. It just made sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just like, it seems like you can't do anything with these ones. Whew. I do believe if they get close to you, they'll probably fuck you up hacking-wise or something.
I got hugely wrecked, and I don't know if I auto-recovered or if I recovered for a hacking. So I'm not sure, but I'm having to be very cautious because these guys are hard.
They're beefcakes.
They are beefcakes. Not the kind of beefcakes I want to hang out with either.
I was going to say, if you can take care of the centipede thing, the big snake thing going around, you should be able to just circle and kite around them because they're so slow.
Yeah, no.
In the center.
I'm trying to lock on to him. I'm just having trouble.
Yeah. I get you.
There we go.
Whee! Perfect. Oh, it moves too.
Yeah, it's got
the yellow orbs got like, it was in the back right before, and then it moved to the front when you were, hacking. Nice. There you go. Keep it on the outside.
That should take him out.
No. What? It didn't do anything.
Well, I can maybe take out these bad boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just saying for putting your distance through.
No, for sure. It's a good strategy.
For how long this one is taking, and for how much damage you do for hacking, I'm starting to think that one that's 50 minutes is maybe 50 minutes, and that's going to be the challenge of it, like, to complete it in that time.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's also hacking bonuses, but I can't go into my menu to equip more.
Yeah.
So I should have made, like, a hacking set, but I didn't. Which I can now understand why people are like, you know, if you equip certain sets, like...
Are you doing any damage?
No, I'm doing some. Because their HP is definitely going down.
Yeah, it seems so minuscule.
Yeah, no, it's definitely much smaller in this round.
Easy there. There you go.
This should take this one out. I have to do a ton of hacking to get these guys.
Yeah.
But I can't even afford to, like, be remotely near them because they just...
Well, that's what I was mentioning, trying to take out the centipede snake thing.
Yeah.
And then kite them in the center, because when they do explode, then they do AoE damage to each other. Whereas separated, I don't know if it's... Yeah, they're kind of outside of each other's range. So you don't get that, like, bonus damage.
Yeah, you're right.
But that would be only if we're able to, like, keep them tethered to each other. Oh, there you go. Nice.
Got it.
Kabloof. Yeah.
I think because they have shields...
It might be it, but I don't know how you take them out other than hitting it physically. And if they do massive damage, it might just be the safer route to just play the long game.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet right now. But yeah, I miss educational games. It's funny, Mike was talking to me in the kitchen the other night when you guys were recording, and he was mentioning the knuckleball, because Mike's really into baseball.
Oh yeah, Mike loved that baseball game.
I loved it too.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand what the knuckleball was, so whenever I was playing that game, I'd be like, this knuckleball sucks. It goes anywhere. This thing is useless. And then Mike explained to me how the knuckleball works in actual baseball. I'm like, oh, I get it now.
It's meant to be trippy, right?
It's meant to be trippy. It's meant to be uncontrollable because he showed me how people actually pitch with their knuckles.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
And I was like, oh, because I didn't play baseball as a kid growing up. Only experience I had with baseball as a kid was, you know, occasionally it'd be for PE. I would get up to the mound, I'd strike out, and then that would be it.
I played baseball, but it was at the level where the kids were barely getting to pitch and, you know.
What sports were you, like, when I was a kid?
Fucking baseball and football I was forced into. I don't like sports, man.
I know you don't like sports.
I don't like that, like, competition aspect. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, nice. I don't like that competition aspect. It was like, oh, I'm better, or I'm blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm fine at it. Our team made it to the, back when I was on the Pirates, our team made it to the very end, and then based off of a bad call, we lost the I don't know, what you call it, championship? Or
Yeah, championship or something like
guess, like whatever it was, for kids, you know? But, yeah, I mean, like, even then I wasn't even having fun, and we were fucking whooping ass. So I was just like, I don't really care for, like, the waiting around aspect, the practices, the, you know, things like that.
Baseball does feel like one of those sports where, like, you don't really get a lot of action. So when I was a kid, my parents wanted me to do a sport, not because they cared so much about that. They just wanted me to get physical and just be, you know, physically active, which that worked out well.
Yeah.
That didn't work out well at all for the first 25 years of my life.
Well, you know, the best way to get your kids into something is to force them to fucking do it.
Well, the thing is, I actually liked soccer. So that was the first sport that my parents were like, you have to pick a sport. It can be any sport that you like. And we were actually pretty active as kids. Like, we rode our bikes. We played outside a lot. And I actually really enjoyed the 4, 5, 6 years of soccer that I did as a kid. Like, it was fun playing on the field.
Nice.
I was even,
fuck, it still goes.
Yeah, I didn't like.
This has got to be the end.
I didn't like being a defender too much, but at the same time, I enjoyed being on the team. I didn't mind the practices.
I get you.
And then when I was older, I started playing basketball for about 2 years. That's when I kind of stopped because people started getting, the coaches I had just weren't very great.
I had fucking coaches that acted like they were doing like top tier level teams, and it's like, I get needing to be strict. I get needing to have like kind of like a worth ethic and discipline and stuff. I get that. But when you're screaming at kids, it's like, dude, get your fucking meathead out of your ass and realize that these are still kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's discipline, and then there's taking your fucking marital anger out on them.
Yeah.
Like, just chill. You've obviously got problems, man.
Luckily, when I was a kid, all my teams, until my 6th grade year of basketball, all my coaches were awesome. They were super nice. They understood it was a kid's game. And they're like, no, man, the kids are going to have fun. Like, my dad was my younger brother's coach for a while and stuff like that. People just treated it, or at least I was oblivious to it, and I had just a good time because my coaches
kids,
didn't yell at
that's
me.
the point, right?
Yeah.
Teach the fundamentals, teach how it works, teach them teamwork, and then, you know, if you can, you know, try and
win, awesome.
try and, you know, play fairly, teach them sportsmanship, all that. That shit goes out the window with half of the fucking teams I was on.
That sucks.
In baseball one time, I was asked to, my coach told me to take a hit.
Jesus.
At the mound.
No wonder you.
And I'm like, dude, no. And he's like, no, just take the hit. If you can do that, then we'll get 2 points or fucking, you know, whatever it was gonna be for the kids. Because I guess there was an extra penalty or some shit. I don't remember exactly how it worked. If you're, you know, they didn't want that shit happening. So, you know, it would have been a lot easier for us to win. And we still won the game. But I was so pissed off at him. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking take a baseball to the back.
So that's one reason why I kind of quit basketball too. One, because I was just kind of uncoordinated and out of shape. But two, that was most of my growing years.
12 seconds.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake.
You had to eat it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I didn't think I had another hit.
Yeah, 5, 4.
Good call.
Nice.
So when I was in 6th grade, I had to
focus on that one down if you can.
Just kind of like you did. All he would do is yell at us. I'm pretty sure he was just drunk all the time, honestly. I don't know how he was made a coach. He would yell at us for losing. He'd just be mad all the time. Dude was like 85 years old. He's probably dead now.
Yeah.
He didn't even stay for like our end game of the year thing because he hated us so much. And like our assistant coach, who was one of the dads on the team, was basically the only one that.
Can you not?
No.
Yeah. Focus on that one then, if you can. The one with like low health, shooting at you. That way you at least have just one enemy on the battlefield.
Yeah, I think.
Keep going. Oof. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Got it.
I think when I hack and do it complete, it heals me. So
nice. Okay. Well, you get that one off the field if you end up kicking them 2 or 3 more times.
This guy's about to kick me right in the face.
But yeah, man, I had coaches like that all the time. Like in football and stuff, I'd practice all day long, but football had such a big team that unless you were first string, you're never getting played.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're second. So I'd show up to practice every single day, and I hated football. I barely understand the shit that they were asking me to do, other than running drills, because I never got time. And it wasn't just me. It was like out of everyone that was there, something like 30% of the kids never got to play a game.
That sucks.
And I'm like, fuck, I hate this. So it just further compounded the fact that sports suck. Until I got to do bowling, and it wasn't a team thing. You were just fighting your own self. You're trying to get, break your own records.
Yeah.
Now you can get into a team and you do a league and stuff like that, and I eventually did. But it was much less aspect of like, oh, you need to have an all-star on your team or you're not going to play. It's like, oh wait, I get as many turns as everybody else. I can, so long as I don't suck, my handicap gets to be my handicap, and I get to play, sportsmanship-like, because you're literally not going against other people. My mom's just like, you just don't want to exercise. And I'm like, oh, that's not it. Like, you don't understand how mean the fucking people can be and how, like, ruthless the team aspect of it is. Yeah. I'm like, I hate that. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make anyone feel good at all.
7th grade was my last year for playing basketball. But it was kind of like, I felt like I'm not that good at this, and we weren't doing very well. And I was kind of like, I just kind of fell out because, we just didn't win it all, and I was kind of at the point where I was over sports. My parents were like, yeah, no, you can stop. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then when I was in high school, they're like, well, we want you to do some extracurricular activity. They didn't say it had to be a sport, but I did marching band. So that was my extracurricular activity.
That's cool.
But they never forced upon us. Like, by the time we were in high school, they were just like, nah, man, you do you. You focus on what you want to focus on. We work our asses off so you guys can pursue the goals that you want to pursue and get to pursue things in life that we didn't get a chance to.
That was another thing. And it cost money because you had to get the pads and everything like that for like football. It's like, we don't have this. I'm not enjoying it. It's costing us money. This is stupid. We don't have the gas to have you driving me to practices and games and shit like that. On top of that, I don't get to play. So it's not even fun to have you guys show up because I'm on the sidelines the entire time.
If I had a similar experience, I wouldn't like sports either because I actually got to play. I was always on
I got to play once for football. In the year that I was in it.
I never played football and baseball because basketball and soccer, you're pretty much always on the field. And when
that makes sense, yeah.
And when you got taken out, you wanted because like I need a break.
Yeah.
I don't care that I don't care if I'm a bench player. I didn't care. I was just like, I don't care. But I always got to be tricky. I got to play in every game, even with that coach that yelled at me. So it's like I knew I wasn't very good, but I could defend all right. So like I still at least got to compete.
Yeah.
So I still have a love for basketball and still have a love for soccer.
Football was but
I've never cared for football.
I was a decent student. I never ditched any classes or anything. Football practice was one of the things I ditched the first time I ever ditched. The coach called in and he was like, "Oh yeah, your kid didn't show up to practice."
God, I hated that.
It was the first time I ditched. I got in so much fucking trouble, and she's like, "Why did you ditch?" And I'm like, "Cause it's not. I've been telling you for months. It's not fun. I hate it. I despise it. I'd rather do more schoolwork. Like I'd rather do any other extracurricular anything. I'm not against that. I just hate this thing."
Coach H was a dick too. I hate that guy.
Woo! This looks like hell level.
I saw him at the store one time. I was like, I really just want to go up to him and tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
He was such a dick to like the band program because our football team at our high school was
You had to use the same area, right?
No, but they were always right across from us.
Oh, yeah. Our high school's good now, I heard.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Fuck them.
Hamilton's
gone.
Right there.
There was a couple football players I was cool with. Like, there were people on the football team that were really nice guys. But the coach himself, royal douche. Just kind of walked around like he owned the school when our team was always 0-13.
Yeah. Good
always
shit,
snubbed the band program and treated us like shit. It's just like, you're such a uppity. It's like, dude, you're coaching high school football. Chill the fuck out. What do I get?
Weapon attack up, down attack up. Nice. So the next one should be the S rank one, which is the revealing outfit, I believe.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
It's going to have to be a different episode, yeah. Is anyone going to say anything to these jerks?
Plug-in ships. Let's figure
out. Let's get off camera. We'll figure out a good chip setup, and we'll come back for the S rank, because I imagine the S rank's going to be pretty hard. We might even fail it and have to make another attempt at it.
I would think so, yeah.
So let's really focus it down, because that really spiked up in difficulty.
That did. I'm gonna try.
That was level 80, I believe, and
70.
70. So okay, so the next one is 80. So it's gonna get hard. Yeah, if you're hacking, hijack boost might help out.
Yeah.
Strengthen. Oh no, I guess not, because that's remote controlled enemies. Yeah, we'll take a deeper look at this, and we'll see you guys next time. Be Beep, bop, boop.
Strength and remotely controlled enemies.
That's not what you're doing. That would be what you're doing if you're using the if you're going into the hacking arena.
Yeah,
that would probably help out.
Moving speed, auto use.
I would say like auto heals and things like that probably would be good. Probably HP up so you don't get one-shotted. Probably not crit up and attack up and things like that.